I'm David Hobbs, I'm 35 years old and I'm a biomedical engineer. Biomedical engineering is the marriage of health sciences and medicine with the technical aspects of engineering. It was a great mix for me. I chose rehabilitation engineering to work in to help people with a disability. So we could be helping children, we could be helping adults, people who have age-related disability, and it's about really maximising what they can do so they can participate in lifestyles like we can, using the computer, going for a walk, getting out and about, even playing sports. I've also been involved with using virtual reality technology to help someone play music, for example. So using a simple webcam, we can actually place coloured objects on a screen, and then because children with a disability can't hold a trumpet or sit in front of a piano or even a drumstick to play the drums, we can actually maximise what they can do, say a blink of an eye, a nod of a head or a wiggle of a shoulder, and they can actually play music, which is just so empowering for them to be able to do that when they can't do other things. The GATE laboratory provides a mechanism for understanding how some children and adults walk. We use little markers on the bony prominences to mark out the ankle, the lower leg, the thigh, and then when that person walks in front of the infrared camera, a computer program processes that data so we can actually capture the motion of the joints and the limbs as they're moving through three-dimensional space. The aim is to get an understanding of how the muscles are coordinated and how they're working or not working. We can understand how much a certain muscle deviates from the norm, and then that will lead to clinical decision making, whether the child or the adult needs to have orthotics or investigating how a prosthetic is actually working and whether the prosthetic is actually generating the right moments or the right outcomes that you want for that particular client. Three-dimensional gait analysis is used in lots of different areas. For example, in Paralympics, and looking at how people with prosthetics still maintain and do what they do in their sports, such as discus, running, and other activities where the prosthetic provides obviously the limb that they're missing, but you can actually see how the mechanics and the motion is actually working through the software. Wheelchairs, like cars, have to satisfy certain testing requirements for compliance, and we run a testing facility where we'll put that chair through the testing, which involves putting it on a drop testing machine and making sure that the structure is sound, and that when it goes out into the public arena and when someone uses it, it's not going to fail on them in the first week or the first month, but it's going to be durable, it's going to last. When I was at high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I liked maths and physics. Rehabilitation engineering is definitely what I like doing because it's people-centred, it uses technology, and I found it literally by accident, and I've never looked back ever since. I did my biomedical engineering degree at Flinders University in Adelaide, a double bachelor's degree. So it's a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Engineering. The great thing about biomedical engineering is you can come in at the graduate level or the undergraduate level. A lot of companies work with hospitals in terms of providing MRIs, CAT scans, X-ray machines, and all of those companies need to have biomedical engineers on their staff who are developing the electronics and the technology and the next generation of machines as well. That as the population ages and as more and more people actually require assistance or more assistive technologies because they can't do the things they used to do, biomedical engineering will only be a field that grows. Best bit, I think, is really trying to come up with new ways of helping people using technology or equipment. One of the projects that I've been involved with is with some other biomedical engineers in Cambodia, and we go into a certain special school in Cambodia and we teach the students the basics of mechanics, mathematics and physics, where we're building a base so they can understand clinical gait analysis and making decisions about orthotics and prosthetics and three-dimensional gait analysis. It's definitely a buzz. I like what I'm doing so much that in 10 years' time I'll still be working in rehabilitation engineering. I would rather do this job than anything else, yes. So I love my job, yes.